Welcome to another edition of Sunday Vibes at NST Podcast. And yes, I have Elena Koshi in the house.
Hello.
My regular partner in crime. And we have our now regular, very favorite guest.
Very handsome.
Azroz Muhammad. So for those who are not familiar with him or who may have missed the previous episode, Azroz is
I'm a senior lecturer from UiTM Shah Alam.
Right.
And I'm a Zumba instructor.
Okay.
And also I'm a film and TV producer.
Right. So he's multi-versatile, multi-talented. And we're glad you're in the house for today's episode.
Thank you for inviting me again.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good one. You know what we're going to be talking about?
Ooh.
Okay, it's an ooh. Okay,
It's a ooh.
It's a ooh.
Pedas.
A pedas. Okay, let's talk about that grey area when you're not officially dating, but you're not quite friends either. Okay, you text quite frequently. You may do all the coupley things like couples do, but heaven forbid if either one of you were to mention the word relationship. Are you getting the drift now?
No, wait. Chok. When you say coupley things means what sort of coupley
You know,
things?
you go out on a date, you may have dinner together, you hang out, you go to the cinema.
You're
coupley
very
stuff.
PG-13, huh?
I'm
today?
trying to be very PG. Okay, wait. Welcome to Situationships. Okay? The modern love story with no labels, no rules, and usually no closure.
Oh my
now,
God.
do we have it
So
now?
everything hanging.
Everything hanging. So what we're asking now, is it the new normal, the soft launch to love, or a recipe for complete confusion? Situationship is the topic for today.
Interesting.
Okay, so I guess the first thing to do is probably to try and get your definition of what you think situationship is first, before ascertaining whether either of you have ever been in one, or are you just like in denial and saying, no, I've never been in one, when actually you have been in one, but just never saw it as that. Okay, so Roy, what's your definition of situationship?
Okay. I never been in one.
Are
That's for
you
sure.
sure?
Yeah.
Are
pretty
you
sure.
They all say.
I think I'm quite
he
sure.
forgets that we are currently now in a situationship over the sofa.
So far, yeah.
Yes. 'Cause
Okay,
this- yes.
my definition, based on what you were saying just now, is I think like it's like saying the word "I like you," but I don't want to be committed. You understand? You mean I like you, but I'm not ready to define this whole situation into a label.
So you just don't want to have a label.
Yeah,
That's
into
what
a
you're
label. So it's like it's a commitment with a question marks.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because you go dating, you do everything, but
Right.
then question mark. We go for dating, we tengok movie ni for what?
Because
Why
we're just having
makan for
fun.
what? That's why it's a commitment with the question marks.
Okay, L. What's
I'm
your
too
definition?
old for this shit lah. Situationship.
Hey, you know, situationship can happen with anyone.
Whatever ships. It's like what my mother used to say lah.
What did she used
If
to
you
say?
can get the milk for free, why buy the whole cow?
Those are wise words. That's probably what it is, really.
You know? But basically, I mean, we are all pussyfooting around it. But basically, you just having a whatever relationship that you're having could be a sexual relationship, but it does not have a clear definition. You know, you're neither here nor you're not girlfriend, boyfriend. You're not just friends either, for obvious
Right.
reasons.
Right.
So you're in this grey area where you don't know where you are.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a grey state of
it's
being.
a situation.
Yes, situation. Do you
Yeah.
think that men and women view situationship differently?
Of course, they're getting the milk for free for men. They're not buying the cow.
Wait a minute. Women could also be getting the milk for free. Like, what makes you think that women are not okay with situationships? Right, Roy?
I don't know.
I'm like in between now.
I know, I'm just playing the
I
devil's
know,
advocate,
so,
right?
So if you ask me, both might be different as well for men and for women as well. Maybe from men perspective, maybe situationship, like I was saying, they don't want labels and whatnot. Maybe they just want to play safe.
Okay.
Because sometimes they might, not saying all women are like that, but women tend to a bit sensitive or dia cepat
Clingy.
terperasan on the certain relationship and they want to straight away bring to the next level.
Like,
So
where are we
they
heading?
invest too fast.
Fast, yeah.
Too fast.
And men sometimes they want to take it slow
Right,
and they don't want to label it anything yet
right.
because once they admit that okay we are a couple, then have to always text, have to always report. Or sometimes men are not that kind of person.
Okay, does that mean, okay, can I just again play the devil's advocate? Is it because men just want to have options? So if you don't put a label on something, it means therefore, yeah, you could be enjoying Elena's company, for example,
Yeah.
but
Over the sofa?
or the sofa. Is it the sofa?
Yeah,
Okay.
sofa.
But you still have the option. Say somebody crosses your path and you kind of click, you vibe really well.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you don't have a label with Elena means that you can explore the
Correct.
other potential.
Correct.
Right?
Like,
So options.
I remember one of my friend always say,
It's always one of your
senior
friends.
one
Is it you?
A mas senior one. Bunga bukan satu, kumbang bukan seekor.
Ooh, yeah.
So explore your
Options.
options.
Right. Elena, you're nodding sagely there. Are you agreeing with Roy?
I don't know lah. I mean, I feel that situationship, I think it's something, I think for me, when I look at it, I think it's always the benefit of the men because, you know, they can play the field because they don't have anything holding them back.
Right.
You know, and women, we tend to, you know, I'm not generalizing, but some women will probably, after maybe vibing with somebody so well, they'll probably like, so where are we headed now? What's
Do you want to see
ahead
my
of
parents?
that
us?
question.
So what do you think 5 years from now, where will we be headed? So now the poor fella, so now he thinks, oh, shit, I have to be, okay, so now boyfriend, girlfriend already, the same question will come. So now where are we headed after this?
Correct.
Are we going to get married?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I think to be fair, I think it's a very fair question to ask.
Okay. Before you say anything more, okay, that kind of question. How long into a situation or into a connection would it be okay to ask, do you think?
Oh my God, I have literally, like my niece will say, I have literally no
idea.
Literally.
But if you were to suggest, like, because, you know, knowing that men might take a bit longer to sort of feel more invested, then what's a safe point, do you think, for you to be able to bring something like this up? Because at the end of the day, you want to know that you're going somewhere, right?
I mean, I think, I don't know, no wonder I'm single because I have literally no idea. But then I'm just thinking that perhaps even before you jump into a dating situation, maybe both parties need to get their,
Act together.
not to say act together, but maybe need to get their intentions aligned.
Be on
so
the
to
same
speak,
page.
to be on the same page.
Right.
You know, because if the woman is going to enter into a dating situation with marriage in mind or with a commitment in mind, the guy is like, I don't know why I like to say the word literally, no idea, just hanging around with too many young people.
Okay.
So the guy may not have that same intention, or maybe he doesn't have any intentions at all. So then you find that expectations are not aligned.
I guess then it's only fair for this question then to be brought up quite early on, right?
Yes, I feel
In
it
a way,
should
yeah,
be brought
yeah.
early on
But
now.
when you do, then it scares the man. So you can't really
Oh,
wait.
my
It wouldn't scare a real man, right?
Yeah, I do believe that, but I think sometimes it's vice versa as well.
Right.
Because I believe situationship, even though maybe at the beginning both understand they are in a situationship, but then eventually one definitely will start blinking the eye, caught the feeling,
Oh, catching feelings.
catching feelings.
Catching feelings,
When
of
the
course.
moment feeling
Of course.
start to have there, then maybe another person, instead of I want to know what the other party thinking. So instead of keeping inside and
Yeah.
continue at the situation, don't know, hanging,
Yeah.
then gone stressed out, might as well ask.
Right.
And then if that person say, no, I'm not ready for relationships and whatnot, then you know your answer already. It's either you want to continue with it or
But right,
Step
but
out
then
lah.
that one is like you're already inside the situationship, already heartbroken, you know, already, lots of things have happened along the way,
Yeah.
and then so I feel sometimes, maybe that time you catch feelings,
Yeah.
but before you catch the feelings, maybe you talk about it first before you enter into it.
Okay.
Maybe that might be wise.
Okay, do you think situationships can evolve into something serious?
Oh yeah, of course.
You can
It
definitely.
can. It
If
can.
both parties want to.
Right, right. Because I'm just wondering when you make a connection. For example, you connect. Say, in this day and age, you go online dating apps and stuff like that. So you make the initial match, and then you connect, and then you find that you vibe really well, and you love talking to each other. Maybe you text every day. You might not see them a lot, but you text every day. You find that the bond is growing stronger and stronger. So for me, it's inevitable, like it's the woman's DNA, to suddenly produce a lot of feelings, right? I think women generally do that. But we often wonder, if I'm feeling like this, if we get on so well, if we absolutely adore each other, why is the guy saying I'm not sure yet? What's going on there?
Could it be that maybe feelings are not mutual? That kind of romantic feeling? Because he
It's
may
a
be
romantic
he may
feeling.
be fond of you.
Right.
He may like your company.
Right.
But that does not equate to romantic feelings, no?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It could be, I like your company, I like being with you, but romantic feelings not really. I don't love you, but I'm fond of you.
Right.
But I do believe that as a man, we do have certain what we call that considerations. One, not so much. Sometimes the guy do have feelings, but then he might not be ready, maybe,
Okay.
in terms of perhaps career wise,
Okay.
financial stability wise, because investing in a relationship that after that continue with marriage and then have kids, it's a future together. And sometimes, especially nowadays with the cost of livings and whatnot, might actually makes the guy not ready. And in the modern days also, both male and female are now working. Sometimes female make more money than a man, and the man might feel inferior as well.
Okay.
Certain situations, so they do want a romantic relationship, but then they become stressful. Maybe the other party is doing better.
What, they want to feel like an equal?
I think eventually do have to have an equal, because else in a family, or I have seen a lot, if you get into a relationship that is not so par to each other, usually and it's a formula for disaster.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. What about, do you think women are more likely to romanticize situationships and men generally will tend to compartmentalize? To what extent is that true, would you say?
I think it's true.
You think so? Okay, what are your thoughts?
I think that women generally, because of how we are made physiologically, fuyo, like big word.
That's a long word, man. Long word.
Literally,
pronounced it.
physiologically.
Yeah, I don't know.
Physiologically? What?
No. But I think that our emotional makeup is a lot different. Sometimes I think. I mean, I'm not generalizing and say all women are emotional beings.
Right.
But I'm saying generally we tend to lean towards the emotional side of things. Men. Yes, I think you're very right when you say that they can compartmentalize. Although, caveat, I do have women friends who are
Like
sometimes
that as
I tell her
well.
just like a man because you can compartmentalize. So I mean, I think women are generally different. So it's easy. Like I like that word, catch feelings. It's easy to catch feelings.
Catch feelings, yeah.
Especially when you're in a physical relationship.
All right.
And these times and age, I mean, yes, I know we all are very moral culture, moral society and all that, but let's face it lah. You have people living together, you have people who are in a physical relationship, but
Right.
barring aside that it's modern times, but to what end is this thing going to carry on lah? Because now that it's so easy to fall into a physical relation, so easy
Yeah.
to have to cohabit.
To cohabit. Yes.
Well, means staying
For
together lah.
Yes, living
Yeah,
together.
living together lah. So easy to do all that.
Yes.
Playing house.
Yes, yes.
You know, but minus the commitment, minus
Right.
the talk.
Right. Why
You're
bother?
in for, because I know of someone who is in who's living together
Right.
and hoping that their guy would propose.
Oh no.
You know, I mean, they are by all means. You know, when you look at them, you think that okay, they are a couple and all that, but he's still dragging his feet, not proposing.
Okay, my question is this. Okay, he may be dragging his feet. However, is he actually also seeing other people as well? Or is he exclusive
I have
to her?
no idea.
Yeah. That one,
Okay.
it can be partially true or partially not. Being a man, I'm just saying, not generalizing to all men, but as what I'm seeing, lelaki ni, you have to be straightforward to them sometimes.
Okay. What
Else,
do you mean?
because us being guys, we tend to really, emotion is like at the bottom of the list
For
of what
men?
we do most of the time.
Okay.
So they might catch like, okay, I'm enjoying being with you and whatnot together, but if you don't tell me that you like me or love me, sometimes I don't want to be, lelaki ego tinggi tau. Don't want to
Right.
terguris in a way as well.
Right.
So he might not want to be the person who say, I actually like you, and then end up kena baling balik, oh no,
Really?
I don't like you. So they tend to keep it to themselves.
But what happens if the woman makes it very obvious that she's into him and she actually professes, to care about him and be really
Yeah.
fond and does everything for him? Are men so stupid that they cannot see? Are they still having to wait?
There are certain guys who want the word come out from the other party,
Okay.
so that if anything happen, they will say, you started it what?
Yeah, but that leaves the woman vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
That's
Very
why.
vulnerable.
Take it from an old auntie. Okay?
Where's the old auntie?
Don't give away the milk if he's
Right.
not prepared to buy the cow.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Simple
Actually,
as that.
yeah, that's why if you scroll through your feeds and all that, your social media feeds, you will see that a lot of the so-called gurus will tell you that unless you're very sure, don't give away the milk. Because if you do, then it becomes another ball game altogether. And especially for
Correct.
women.
Yeah, it's always rugi for the women's side.
And then
Right.
because you don't like the situationship things exist because you are so afraid to have it out with that person.
Yeah.
Because you are so afraid
To lose.
You're so afraid that the answer might not be what you're hoping.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
you're in this little bubble,
Yeah.
like trying to play house and trying to do all these things. And then after that you just put yourself in this thing where you're neither here nor there
Right.
and killing yourself because you're not sure where is this going to head.
Yeah.
5 years down the line, is it going to be there for you? You didn't
Right.
have the talk.
Okay, so on that note then, why do you think that many women still stay in situationships even when they know what's happening and they want more, but they stay?
Because women, we like to fix our men. We like to think that we can change them. We like to think that, from a frog that we moved in with, he will turn out to be a Prince Charming after many kisses. But it doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't. Okay? You cannot fix anybody. And you can't fix stupid.
Correct.
So, my thing is, why put yourself in a situation? Listen, I'm talking from experience. I think
Oh, good.
Oh.
some of
now
us.
we're admitting.
No.
it's talking from experience.
Because we are labels, blah blah. Some of us, we come from years of not years, but
Situationship.
a lot of ships.
Okay, many
It's
ships.
just that back then we didn't have a label or a name to it.
Yes, that's right.
But the thing is, sometimes you enter into it hoping that person will change.
yeah.
Or hoping that, this guy, if he sees what a good person I am,
If I cook for
how I can
him.
cook this best fish curry for him,
Yeah.
and make his bed, wash his socks,
Yeah.
iron his underwear, he will change his mind and marry me.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So that it's never, listen, women, it's never going to be that. Okay? So before you enter a situationship, have that conversation, have that difficult conversation before that. Because don't put yourself in that situationship and then hope that, he might just turn around and I'm not saying that all men are like that lah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
saying,
Then
right? Not
let's
all
ask
men,
Roy
right,
then.
Roy?
So, any truth in that? I mean,
I will say a lot of us think that situationship it's a modern thing. All right, but actually it's far more complicated than that.
That's right.
It's far more
Okay.
complicated
Amen
than
to that.
Okay.
Like me in the film industry, correct? So there are a lot of movie way past long ago that actually portray things like this.
situationship.
Situationship,
Okay.
like us knowing or not. So for example, like a friend with benefit, Justin Timberlake,
Yeah, but
Mila
that was
Kunis.
a happy ending.
Yeah, end up it become emotionally tangled lah.
Yeah lah, but then
Be a good things lah.
they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, and then we have also film like Sepet.
Sepet.
Sepet is
Sepet,
also is
yeah,
a
Sepet was-
almost like a situationship, but was forced to because of cultural differences.
Yeah, but that
And
was...
not then it
Okay.
cannot be there.
Okay, continue.
And another film that everyone knows, because of time frame, and then too short, Titanic.
Allah,
Jack and
Titanic, he should have just moved and then he could have come up on the draft.
Yeah
She
lah,
killed him.
but then they are together in a short time frame,
Right.
and they never really plan the future. They just live the life
Yeah,
and
but
whatnot.
then that one, if
hoping.
the ship didn't sink, they would have had that conversation. The bloody ship sank.
Sayang, yeah.
So they both, okay, let's not talk about
Okay,
Titanic.
let's not talk about Titanic. Okay, so
So
what you're trying to
also,
say?
I would say that these things it's either it will be complicated if you complicate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you say, why don't we table it out before we move into any relationship or situationship? We
Right.
table it out. Okay, we're going to be together. What is the expectation? Are we just going to be friend, friend with benefits, or platonic,
Okay.
or what?
Okay.
Be clear.
All right, because I'll just stand on the other side of the fence then, yeah? I'm just saying that because men and women move at different paces, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so a woman may, after the first date, say to herself, this is my man, this is the one. But the man might take a little bit longer. Okay. For me, by having or triggering that conversation about who are we, what are we, so early on, without actually allowing for the man
To know each other
to
first.
come to his, for him to come to that realization, I feel that it's like nipping the bud too soon. Because we all come to a decision or come to realization at different times, right? Like I can speak from experience because I tend to be very emotion driven. So probably after 5 hours of speaking to someone, I probably will declare I'm in love with you,
Oh, okay.
right? But I realize now on hindsight, as I have gotten older and have gone through many relationships, that people come to realize at different times. And I have realized also that it's very important not to rush something as important as this, to know where you are. Because you could be at chapter 5 and the man is just catching up at chapter 2. So you could effectively be combusting something that could potentially be quite good if you just be a little bit more patient. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's not so much the words, it's the action.
Yeah.
All right. So how the person is with you, how consistent. So consistency, persistence, effort, all those for me are more important than hearing I'm yours. Right?
But I don't think in what you're saying, I don't think that's a situationship. Because I think if you're dating somebody and getting to know somebody, yes, I think there must be some time frame.
But there's no label, you see, because there
No,
women.
yes, of course. There
Yeah.
wouldn't be a label then. But I feel situationship is when you're in a physical relationship with somebody
Okay.
with no clear definition ahead. Because once you get to that physical part of it, now you are also, you see, dating and getting to know somebody is good. It's great.
Right.
I think nobody is asking for any definitions to be given at the beginning of getting to know a person. But once you step over the boundary and enter into a physical relationship, and you don't have any clear definition of what it is, then you would find yourself in a situationship. I
Right.
feel, because I think dating and all is not a situationship. That's getting to know somebody.
But you're saying when it moves into the physical
Yes.
realm.
So it's like
Yes.
friend with benefits.
So
Right.
then what
It
are
got
we?
benefit lah, yeah.
Of course, then a woman might want to question, what the hell is this? Right?
Okay, right.
Because
That's
when
a good
you're
point.
dating and getting to know and holding hands and, learning about the person, and he is, of course, learning about you, then I feel that is not a situationship. That is just as in any beginning of any sort of relationship, or,
Getting
just
to know each other
Getting to know
face,
each other.
yeah.
You must have that. You must
Right.
have that thing, and not, there shouldn't be any definitions at that point, right? But once you step into another boundary altogether and you cross that boundary,
Right.
then it's a point where you are going to question, like, what is this?
Okay.
Because a physical relationship without any
String attached.
strings attached or without any definition or explanation lands you in a gray area where you are going to wonder, what is this? That's when that I feel is situationship.
Right.
Yeah.
What happens if both are okay to be in a physical situation in their quest to get to know more about each other? Then that's okay, no?
Then that's fine, lah. That's
Yeah.
Mutual agreement lah.
it's a mutual thing. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, because you will find that the problem with women is that we are so fast to want to know, what are we? I find that even with my own friends as well, after first few dates or whatever, what are we? Because we so want to call someone our boyfriend or our
Yeah
partner
lah.
or our person,
I
right?
also think that if somebody now tomorrow decides to ask me out, I'll be imagining in my head, okay, how will he look in a
Oh
tux?
dear. Oh,
I think I better order my
dear.
gown tomorrow.
Oh dear.
I think where would the reception be?
Oh no.
Who's going to be my flower girl?
Already planning like that lah.
Oh man. Okay.
Old
okay.
age does that to you.
Okay. If you had a best friend, right, who's in a situationship, okay, quick one, okay, guys. What advice or what one-line warning would you give your bestie? Let's go with Roy first because Elena's preparing for a tirade here.
No lah. Not at all.
If a best friend,
Yeah, your best, and you can see it from a mile away that, this
Yeah.
person's in a situationship.
well, clarity is one. Check with the person. Do you guys want to bring this relationship further into a proper ship? No more longer situationship. If the other
Okay.
partner say no, and if you're okay with it, go ahead. Like you say, different strokes. But then, if that person say no, but you want it, you already know the answer.
Right.
You better cut the feeling now, rather than you invest more and then you hurt even more.
Right.
Towards the end. Imagine you are in that situationship for a while and then you were thinking, oh, we're going to be together and so on. And then suddenly that person dating another person already.
Oops.
Oh,
Okay.
you wasted all your time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
better sakit sekarang than sakit kemudian.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
that's very good advice. What about you, Al? You agree with Roy?
I think when your best friend or girlfriend is in that situation, if they are deeply in love or whatever, for whatever reasons that they are in, no amount of advice is going to change their mind.
That's true.
True.
So I think I will refrain, because I have done that. I've advised till the cows come home, and sometimes it affects the friendship rather than the
Yes.
situationship,
Correct.
right?
True.
So I would say, you know what, do what you think is right, and I'll be there for you. With either a chankol to bury a dead body,
Yeah.
or a bottle of vodka or
Wine.
something
To help you go through the night.
to help you go through the night.
And box of tissues.
A box of tissues and,
Yeah.
and ice cream or whatever. But, at the end of the day, I think I'll just let them go through their own journey. Lah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no point in stopping something.
Right. And would you ever choose a situationship over a serious relationship if the vibe was really, really that good with the person? Roy.
Well, speak of myself. I'm not blaming on my zodiac, but
What is your zodiac?
Taurus.
Okay.
So
Right.
Taurus is always, as a Taurian, I always a firm person. I always want a solid foundation.
Right.
So I will not go into a relationship without having a clear pictures.
Okay.
Alright.
Even though you have really good vibes with the
Yeah,
other person.
if it's a very, I think because of us being in Malaysia culturally as well, that if you're already okay with someone together, they do, the culture, the society does expect us to be together, get married, have children and whatnot. Different with the Western, they can be together, stay together, have kid without marriage.
Yeah.
But in Malaysia or Asia, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
If you get together and then have a kid without marrying, you will be like sort of tabu, dipandang sinis in a way, things like that. But in Western culture, it's okay.
Right.
So me personally, I will not go for situationship. I want a solid relationship.
Right. Right.
Maybe it would take 3-4 years, but then until both ready, that's about it. I will not jump into a situation.
Ship. What about you, Al? I can
I
kind of
wanted to
guess.
ask you, what would you do?
Oh, all right. Okay, she's turning it around. Okay, I think that I would be okay with it if I feel that the connection or the energy or the vibe is really good, because at the end of the day, no one's under duress to remain there. So
Yeah.
if you kind of know what is going on, like no one, it's an honest connection. So you actually talk about it and you understand, where each person stands on this one, then it means that there is respect there to allow for whoever to decide whether they want to remain in it or not. And for me personally, I'm in no rush to cement any serious relationships. So if I find that I'm enjoying the company of someone, I'm vibing with someone, but I have no idea what's going to happen at the end, and I'm okay with it, because I always believe that you never really know what's going to happen. And I live, each day, each moment as what it is, right? And if I am having a good connection right now, if I'm actually contented and happy with a person, I'm not going to be looking 5 years down the line and wondering, is this going to be it, Because you could be married to someone
For 30
right,
years and
for
end
30 years and still there's no guarantee. So for me, I would rather, I'm enjoying the person now. I'm going to take each day as it comes. You just cannot predict. This so-called situationship could actually evolve into a really good and meaningful relationship. So I guess it all depends on what you're after. But for me, I'm not gonna cut my chances of having a nice person with me who understands me just because I don't know what's gonna happen 5 years down the line. So I'm good with that. So I do understand that, some days you might want to know who are we, what are we, but is that really that important? The only thing I would ask for is exclusivity. So as long as you're with me, then you're with me. That's it. How long it's going to take for you to decide what we are, for me, that's not important. So that kind of honesty, mutual respect, and just keeping the lines of conversation, communication open, I think that's more important to me than anything else. So that's my answer. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the show, but I've just got last statement. Are we embracing emotional maturity or avoiding emotional responsibility?
With the situation.
Yes. It's like, is it progressive freedom or is it paradise for commitment phobes, this situationship?
See, we're all very quiet right now.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's something
it's
to
a deep
ponder,
thinking,
right?
yeah.
Right?
I don't know. For me, if we ask the older generation, they will say no. This is not the ideal relationship that you want to be in. But for now, with the technology, access of information, you can know someone, even though you're from Malaysia, you can know someone as far as Timbuktu
Yeah.
or Africa
Yeah.
or whoever. So the option is always there.
Yeah.
So it might be an ideal situation where certain people want it to be in,
Yes.
because it's not a lock commitment.
Yeah. Options.
Yeah,
It's about having options.
It's an option.
Yeah.
I remember one of the movie, the quotations I still very remember. Relationship consists of 3 rings.
Rings.
The engagement rings, the wedding rings, and the suffering.
That's a good one.
So
That's a
it
good
come
one.
with the 3 rings.
Yeah.
So maybe these are the situations where certain people don't want to be in.
Right.
They just want to be, well, we chill, we have fun. Like you say, exclusivity. If you say we want to be in this relationship, situationship, but then you are not looking out, like fishing.
You're not really, really fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
Yeah.
an option.
Right.
With current divorcing rate are so high,
Yes.
maybe it's young people are afraid to go into that route.
Yeah, because it has such a negative connotation, like when you say situationship, everyone, but
Yeah.
on the flip side, there are also reasons why it works for some people, I feel.
Yeah.
So I guess we just cannot sort of, blanket it all under one and say no, right?
It depends on situations.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. El, do you have anything else to say before we wrap up for this week? You look very disgruntled.
No, not disgruntled. I just think that in this time and age, a lot of times we tend to put a label on a lot of things, and for the lack of, I think, commitment, the old-fashioned virtues, I think, are very outdated, and to many young people, there are a lot of shortcuts because we want things fast, we want things convenient, we want things in a different way, not in that old-fashioned old way of slowly getting to know somebody and having all those things. So I long for the days when things were a lot more clear-cut. I long for the days when virtue was, or not to say virtue, but these old-fashioned ideals were celebrated.
Yeah.
And sadly, we don't celebrate those ideals anymore because we think those ideals are unachievable. But for every divorce or for everything that happens, there are also a lot of marriages that are strong, a lot of relationships that are strong, so we shouldn't discount it.
Right.
I'm not saying that, situationships do exist. I've been in one. I don't think it's ideal. I think we should bring back the old days of getting to know people, aligning our expectations, and having a relationship. But again, different strokes, different folks. But I just stand on those old-fashioned ideals. I guess.
Circling on that note, when you said it's not ideal, of course it's not ideal. No one in their right mind would want something like this. But I think, as we call it, modern love has made us try to adapt and to adjust because this is what's the scene today, right? Ideally, like what Elena was saying, if we had what our parents had maybe, or, how things were before, I don't think personally I would not like to subscribe to modern love because it just, in an age where everything is so fleeting, everything is all about quick, rapid, swipe left, swipe right, and options after options, it's not necessarily a good thing. But I think because we have needed to adapt to how the current scenario is, so something that is not okay with us before suddenly becomes okay. Because that's the way things are, unfortunately, But I would go with Elena. I would love, for things to be like how it used to be. But unfortunately, we're probably among the very few left. Dinosaurs who probably wish for that. But so on that note, on that very reflective note, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you, Roy, for contributing, sharing your thoughts. And before we go, I'd just like to remind all you listeners out there not to forget to get your copy of Sunday Vibes, which is inside the New Sunday Times. The NST incidentally celebrates its 180th anniversary this year, this month. We old, but we're fun, right?
We're old, but we're relevant.
Yes, we're very relevant. So
literally.
Yes, don't forget to catch us. And also we have an Instagram page for Sunday Vibes too, El.
Sunday Vibes _NST.
You see how fast we are. I got it. Yes, so I don't know what we're going to be talking about next week. I don't know whether Roy's going to be joining us again, but we have had fun. And until we see you again, bye.
Bye.